In exactly 30 seconds, we're going to start a walking tour from the Kipling Subway Station to all 9 condo towers that are within a 10-minute walk. We're going to stop in front of each building and I'm going to show you what the condos have been selling for, the 1-bedrooms and 2-bedrooms last year compared to this year, and I think you're going to be surprised at the changes. I'm going to show you a timer in the corner so you can see exactly how long it takes to walk to each building. Let's get started. We're starting our tour coming out of the west entrance of the TTC Kipling Subway Station. As we walk west, we're going to stop by 4 condo towers and we're going to come back and then we're going to visit these Tridel buildings that are just to the east of us. As we walk west, you'll see that there's a timer in the corner because I want to show how long it takes to get to each of the 4 condo buildings that we're going to stop at. This walkway that we're walking on is fairly new. It was built in the last couple of years, along with the parking to the right of us. The Kipling Subway Station is a westerly-most station on the Bloor subway line, and that's why it's a good spot to connect to the Mississauga My Way and the GO train orange line, which I'll show you in just a moment. The first building we're going to stop at is the building with the pointed top right there in the middle of your screen. It's 101 Subway Crescent. When we get there, I'm going to show you some pictures of the amenities of the building, and I'm going to show you what the 1-bedrooms and 2-bedrooms sold for last year in 2021 compared to what they're going for this year, or so far this year in 2022. This Kipling bus terminal serves a number of bus routes on the Mississauga My Way blue and orange lines. If you go onto the Mississauga My Way website, you'll see exactly which routes stop at this station and where they take you. This Kipling terminal also has a GO train line. It's the orange Milton line. If you go east 1 stop, you'll be at the Union Station in downtown Toronto in about 20 minutes, and that's only 1 stop to get there. If you go west, you'll have a number of stops throughout Mississauga, and it ends in Milton, and that's why it's called the Milton line. It's the orange line you're seeing here. And again, you can go onto the GO Transit website to see exactly when those trains leave and how long it takes to get to your destination. This is a brand new walkway. It wasn't here just a couple of years ago. It was built to help serve the purposes of this Kipling terminal. We're approaching Subway Crescent here, and if we turn right on Subway Crescent, we're going to get to Dundas Street West, but first we're going to go left. We're going to go south on Subway Crescent because that's where 101 Subway Crescent, the condo building, is. It's called the Residences at Kingsgate. There's Dundas Street West. We'll be there momentarily, and you'll see from the TTC Kipling Subway Station, it'll only take us about 4 minutes to get home if we're living at 101 Subway Crescent. This was the first building built within a 10-minute walk to Kipling Subway Station. It's the oldest building here. It was built in 1992, so it was the only building here for many years because the other ones we're going to look at are all fairly recently built. This building is 30 years old. The first driveway here is the residence underground parking access. And if we look up this ramp, that's the visitors access underground. And this is the main door of the condo building. Of all the 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom units in condo buildings that are within a 10-minute walk to Kipling Subway Station, this particular building is the most affordable. In 2021, there were 14 sales of 1-bedroom units averaging $457,929. And this year, they've only been 3. The average price is about $480,000, so they're up about $22,000 this year over last year. That's about a 5% increase. And as far as 2 bedrooms go, there were 9 sales last year in 2021, averaging almost $579,000. And so far this year, only 4. The average price is $590,850, and that's only up about 2%. That's up almost $12,000. And currently, there are 2 units available in this building. Both are 2-bedroom units. One is asking $565,000. The other is asking $599,000. As we walk up to Dundas Street West, we started the timer from where we left off. Dundas Street West over here has a number of places to eat. You can pick up something on the way home. And of course, is a Tim Hortons and my favorite, Apache Burgers. This is the Kip District, Phase 2 that we're walking towards. This is a brand new driveway that goes around the back of the building and comes out to the other end, which we'll look at momentarily. Phase 1 was 1 tower. We're going to stop over there at 20 Thomas Riley Road. Phase 2 are these 2 towers here. One is a rental building and one is a condo tower. And Phase 3 haven't been released yet, and they're going to be built just south of these towers. From Kipling Subway Station to get to these 2 towers, which is the Kip District Phase 2, it's only taken us 5 minutes. It's a 5-minute walk to these buildings. Of course, this is just a temporary walkway. The sidewalk will be opened again once the condo buildings are complete. This Phase 2 is a sold-out phase, and the people who bought are going to be getting their keys in the coming months, December 2022, January 2023. Here's an artist rendering of the 2 buildings. The one on the right is the condo tower, which we're in front of now, and the one on the left in the rendering is the rental building. And there are the other 2 towers we'll be stopping at momentarily. The one in the middle of your screen is the Kip Phase 1, and the one on the right is built by Pinnacle International, the first of many that are going to be on that stretch. So this red arrow is where we're looking at now, where we just crossed the street. And that's the artist rendering of the building we're looking at right now. Again, it's a sold out building. There are some units for sale in there right now as assignment. If you're interested in any of those, you can contact me and see what the best price is that you can get. This is the back entrance of Phase 1 of the Kip District. It's taken us 6 minutes and 42 seconds to get here, and this is a little parkette that serves that building. So when we look back at the Kip District Phase 2, we'll see a driveway that comes out from behind the buildings, which is the same driveway I showed you earlier that comes in from Dundas Street. It comes around the back of the buildings and comes out this way onto Thomas Riley Road. And that's where we're looking right now, into that driveway. We're going to continue down Thomas Riley Road. and this is where we're turning the corner, you'll see that there's two buildings on the bottom of that sketch. Those are going to be the Kip District Phase 3. They haven't been released yet. So the second building we're going to stop at today is the Kip District Tower 1. It's at 20 Thomas Riley Road, and it was built in 2018, so it's 4 years old. There's been a lot of activity in this building. In 2021, there were 20 units sold that were one bedroom. Average price was about $555,000. And so far this year, they've only been 8, and they've gone up an average of about $53,000. Average price is $608,000 for the one bedrooms this year. Last year, there were 16 two bedrooms sold. Average price was $657,487. There have been 8 sales this year. Average price $735,000. So the one bedrooms are up $78,000 average this year over last year. And there have been more sales in this building than any of the other 9 buildings that are within a 10-minute walk to Kipling Subway Station. As we walk west, we're going to leave the Kip District. Again, the 2 buildings at the bottom are not released yet. If you are interested in the Kip District Phase 3, you can contact me. My information is on the screen. You can call or text me at that phone number or email me. My email is in the description of this video. Now we're entering the Pinnacle Etobicoke development. This is a master plan community that's going to have 9 buildings altogether, and this is the first one. It's called Cyprus at Pinnacle Etobicoke, right where the red arrow is. We walked by the first building on the right, and now we're in front of the Cyprus building, which we're looking up at. And to the west of this building, the developer owns all the property right up to the next street. These are going to be the other 8 buildings to be developed in various phases in the coming years. There's 9 buildings altogether, and you'll see there's a road going right through, and there's a park in the middle between Dundas and some of the buildings. The first is at 50 Thomas Riley Road. This empty lot is where the new buildings will be developed. And here we're coming out of Thomas Riley Road, approaching Dundas Street West again. We're going to head back to Kipling Subway Station now, start the timer over again, because we're going to visit the Tridel buildings that's just to the east of the station.
My name is Raj Sharma, and I sell condos that are within a 10-minute walk to a subway station. I operate TorontoTransitCondos.com. Visit the website for more information. If you're looking for a condo to invest in or to live in that's within a 10-minute walk to a subway station, I'm the guy that you should be talking to. I might have a buyer or seller just for a deal that you're looking for. But for now, we're going to go back to the Kipling Subway Station. I'm going to start the timer over again, and we're going to walk across the street, and we're going to look at the 5 Tridel condo buildings that are there. And I think you're going to be surprised at how much they have changed in value since last year. Let's go.
We're going to start out again from the Kipling Subway Station west entrance. This time we're going to go east. We're going to cross the street here, and we're going to visit these 5 condo towers. The one on the left, the tall building, is a rental tower, and we're going to walk through the back of that to access Viking Lane, where we can get to the front courtyard of each of these 5 buildings. So we're going to walk up Auckland and walk across where that green space is, which is now the rental tower and the Farm Boy grocery store. Now we could go around the back of the buildings where the red arrow is over here and save us a lot of time. We could get to Nouveau Phase 1 and Nouveau Phase 2 literally in just about 2 minutes. But we're going to go to the main doors of these buildings where the courtyard is. Here's a video of the back of 25 and 35 Viking Lane. If we had gone that way, we would get to the buildings in about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. That's Dundas Street right ahead of us. This is the parking entrance and exit for the people who live in the rental tower. This is where we're walking now, where the red arrow is. We're going to come out to Viking Lane, which comes in from Dundas. You'll see at the top of that graphic. There's Dundas Street to the left there. So Viking Lane starts over there and comes around the corner. The first buildings we're going to visit are the Nouveau condos. Phase 1 and Phase 2. These are all Tridel buildings. Then we're going to come back to the SX Phase 1 and Phase 2, which you're looking at now. The Nouveau condos are 25 and 35 Viking Lane. 35 Viking Lane is the first one we're going to stop at. They share the same courtyard and the same entrance. And these two buildings have the most amount of units in their buildings at 339 units. They are 30 stories tall. At 35 Viking Lane, there were 14 sales of one bedrooms averaging $555,000. Whereas this year, in 2022, so far, they've only been 7 sales averaging $667,941. That's a 20% increase, which is the biggest increase for one bedrooms year over year in all of these 9 condo towers. That's a $112,956 increase from last year. As far as 2 bedrooms go in this building, there were 9 sales last year, averaging almost $753,000, and this year there's only been 4, averaging $887,000, and that is up $134,000, which is an 18% increase. And then its sister building at 25 Viking Lane is also 30 stories tall, and it had the least number of one bedrooms sold last year in 2021. There were only 5. Average price was $551,600, and this year there's 4. Average price is $652,000, so that's up $101,000 year over year for one bedrooms. That's up 18.3%. For the 2 bedrooms, there were 20 units sold last year. Average price $722,000, and this year there's only 10 sold. Average price $880,000, and that's up $158,000, which is the biggest increase for 2 bedrooms in all of these 9 buildings. Standing in the front of these Tridel buildings, we're right in the middle of 5 condo towers. This little parkette belongs to 25 and 35 Viking Lane. No pets allowed here. Nice, quiet, clean parkette with some fixed seating. As we walk back out to Viking Lane, we approach the SX1 and SX2, which give you access by driving through Dundas Street West, but we could walk from Viking Lane. There's a special walkway made in case you're walking from the subway station. The first building that's on the west side is the SX2. It was built in 2006, so it's 16 years old. It's 24 stories tall. There were 14 one-bedroom sales last year in 2021, averaging $585,842. And this year, so far, there's 10. Average price is $634,729. That's almost a $49,000 increase. The two bedrooms, there were 11 sold last year, average price $747,682. And so far this year, only 5, average price is $847,700. And they've gone up by about $100,000 year over year. The two SX buildings share the same driveway and courtyard. So now we're at SX1. It was built in 2004, so it's 18 years old. It's 22 stories tall with 234 units, so it's a smaller building. In 2021, there were 5 one-bedrooms sold. Average price was $553,600. And so far this year, there's 5 sold. Average price is $563,100. So they've only gone up about $9,500 a unit. The two-bedroom units, there were 9 sold last year. Average price $678,756. And so far this year, there's 7. Average price $784. And they've gone up $105,000 year over year. And here's the walkway I was talking about. From Viking Lane, you can walk up these stairs to get to the SX1 and SX2. So we walk down, we're back on Viking Lane, and we're going to walk towards number 15 Viking Lane, known as Park Nouveau. Park Nouveau is the tallest of the 9 condo buildings we're visiting today at 36 stories, has 339 units, and this red arrow is where we're walking now. Also built by Tridel, Park Nouveau has had the highest priced one-bedroom units sold in 2021. There were 9 sales and the average price was $596,000. So far this year, they've only been 3 sales. Average price is $645,000, so they're up by about $48,000 a unit average. There were 15 sales last year of 2-bedroom units. Average price $719,993, and so far this year only 2, which is the lowest number of 2-bedrooms sold in all of these 9 buildings we're visiting today. The average price of those 2 is $864,765, so they're up quite a bit by 20%. That's $144,000 a unit. Park Nouveau currently has 3 condos for sale. 2 of them are 1-bedroom units, and they're both asking $649,000, which is in line with what they've been selling for so far this year. And there's a 2-bedroom asking $875,000, which also is in line with the 2 that have sold so far this year. We're going to take a quick walk down the east side of 15 Viking Lane so we can get to the back of the building and show you how quickly you can get to the entrance from the Kipling Subway Station's east entrance. This is the east entrance we're looking at. There's also a passenger pickup and drop-off parking lot right beside it. As we walk across the street where the red arrow is, we're at the back entrance of Park Nouveau, literally 30 seconds from the subway station. Here are the townhouses on the south end on St. Albans Place. These are also right across the street from the subway station. And these sell for between 1.1 and 1.2 million. 15 Viking Lane is the only condo building that we saw today that has townhouses. If you're interested in any of the condo buildings that we looked at today, whether for yourself to live in or for investment, you can contact me at the number on your screen or at the email address in the description. And if you're interested in selling your condo at this location, I might have buyers ready and waiting. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button so you'll never miss a new episode. If you have any questions, just comment below. If you have a suggestion on what you would like to see in these videos, I'd love to hear that too.